Hello, everyone. Welcome to a different, well, not really different, but a differently recorded type of video, I should say. Because right now, as I'm recording this, DSP, Darkside Phil, is doing his Deus Ex stream, or as he likes to call it, Deus Ex, because he can't pronounce words like that. Um, I was so interested in seeing what his pre-stream was is going to be. Now, this is the pre-stream, so you know I hope you guys are excited for the pre stream. I'll be covering the pre and the pre stream, so don't worry. That's being covered. Um, so the reason why I'm looking into this is because today there was two press conferences. Probably gonna talk about one of them, but I'll talk about both of them right now before we get into DSP stuff. So there was Apple and Sony. Now let's get into Apple since that was the first press conference. Uh, the whole Nintendo thing I don't really care about because honestly, Nintendo is obviously opening more its resources to other platforms as well. I mean, obviously going to the mobile business because they can make more money that way. Them doing this because they're a failing company or whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit about that. But they can do whatever they want because it's their company, and everyone made such a big deal about it. But here's the thing: were you expecting Nintendo to announce the NX at the Apple press conference? No. Yeah, you could say that you would expect them to announce at E3 or during the Nintendo Directs. Okay, fair enough, but this wasn't a Nintendo Direct. This was them showing up at Apple. So I mean, uh, I didn't really care. And Mario Run just is a generic running game, but just with Mario on it. It doesn't really matter. I think a lot. I saw on Twitter everyone like talking about it. Who cares? It's there. Okay, it's not like this is the main thing. Like if they had spent the entire Nintendo Direct talking about this, okay, that's fucking shitty. But it was like a portion in the Apple keynote. The Apple Watch, it's a fun little accessory for the phone. Okay, whoop to do. I kind of like the Apple Watch, to be honest. If I ever had the money to get it, I would, but I don't. So that's why I have a normal watch, like a normal person. So there you go. Um, so then they announced the iPhone 7, and honestly, I was like, okay, the iPhone 7 looks kind of whatever. I kind of didn't like how the others turned out. Like the jet black was the only one that looked nice. The other like finishes, like the black one looks kind of bland and looks cheap. It looks like shit, to be honest. Like the I have the 6S and these look like better phones than the 7, except for the jet black one. That was the only one that looked nice. Um, so then they talk about the cameras. How it has two cameras on the back. Great. The phone itself, I think, has very cool like specs. I mean, yeah, you could argue that these are kind of trailing from Samsung. Sure, you could argue that, but I think for what you get for an Apple product, I think you get a well built phone. But here are the problems I have with it. Now, I like Apple products. I have a MacBook. I have a fucking iPhone. Okay, whoop-de-doo. This one, I don't, the only issue I have with it is that they got rid of the audio jack. The way that you listen to music now is you have to plug in special headphones into the lightning port, the little charging port. Now, my issue is what Apple should have done instead of going straight, because the whole reason they did this is like, we are bold, we're brave, we're taking a risk, and this and that's like, yeah, cool, you're taking a risk on something that, is fucking stupid, sure, but, the whole thing with they removed the disk drive on MacBooks and iMacs, and their whole notion was digital distribution is the future. Now you can argue that that's a fucking shitty excuse, but that at least made sense. There is a precedence of digital distribution that has been around for a long time, so it was okay for people to kind of swallow that because it's like, okay, well we have Amazon Prime, we have Netflix, we have iTunes, we have all these other systems in place, so it was easier to accept the loss of a disk drive. It was easier to accept that because it's something that everyone has been using in some form or another. So it was easier to take that in. This is different because it's instantly just, okay, we're switching over. No more audio jacks. If you have an audio jack, fuck you. You're in the past. And it's just like, what they should have done was make the iPhone 7, have the audio jack and the charging port. Still have both those things, and say that from this day on, we're not going to be making the normal Apple headphones. We're not going to be making the one that goes into the audio jack. Now, when you buy the iPhone 7, you're only going to be getting the Lightning headphones from us, and that's it. But they still support the audio jack. So they have the audio jack and that at the same time. So that way, if you have an audio jack, you're not fucked with an adapter. Because that's the only thing, is that, yeah, it comes with an adapter, but like, okay, what if you lose the adapter? Or if the adapter fucks up, you have to buy another adapter entirely. So I don't like that they're forcing people to adopt the Lightning thing so forcefully. Because the other thing is that, yeah, every brand at this point is gonna make a Lightning brand headphones, obviously. But let's say that the headphones you like to use are very expensive headphones. Okay, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait until I have enough money to buy this brand, but with a Lightning cord. I'm just gonna save up money for that. You're gonna have to deal with the adapter, and if you lose the adapter, you're fucked. And I just don't like that. Uh, personally, I like using the Apple headphones that they're packaged with the phone. I don't mind those. I think those are fine. But I see why people are upset and why they would much rather have the audio jack. I understand that as well. I would be lying if I said that you guys are dumb. I mean, obviously it's fucking stupid that they got rid of it. I think that they should have gotten rid of the audio jack down the line. Like, phones down the line. Like, once everyone has Lightning headphones, then they should do that. Not when it's like, the only people that knew about the Lightning charging thing is for people who charge their phones. So that's my issue with that. Now, Sony, with their press conference. Now, everyone might be a little disappointed that they didn't announce any games or show any new trailers, but I was fully aware that they were going to talk about the PlayStation 4 Neo, or as we know now, as the PlayStation 4 Pro. And, man, it is awesome, because, first off, I have a PS4 already, so I'm not in the market to buy a new PlayStation 4, obviously, but it's... Okay, let's look at Microsoft. They announced the Xbox Scorpio, and they're like, okay, well, this only works if you have a 4K TV. That fucking sucks, because I can't get the more powerful Xbox because I don't have a 4K TV. I just got like a HD TV. That's 1080p. Now, I didn't get this like yesterday or something. I got this like maybe 2 years ago. Whatever. I have that already. I'm not in the market for a new TV just yet. So that sucks that I have to wait until I get a 4K TV to use the new Scorpio Xbox, which is shitty to me. But, I mean, yeah, they're going to be supporting the Xbox One, but obviously I would want the most powerful system, but I can't get that because I'm locked out of it. Sony announces the PlayStation 4 Pro, and they're like, this supports both TVs. It does 4K output, it does 4K gaming, it does 4K, 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 but if you have a 1080p TV, it will still support that. So you get to use like the powerful PlayStation 4 on your standard vanilla TV, but if you have a 4K TV, you get to use the 4K components on that platform. And I think that's a very smart thing because it opens to like, you're not left behind either way, and you're not fucked with that. You have like a higher end PlayStation 4, but you also get a if you have an HD TV that's a 1080p, you can still enjoy PlayStation 4 games. But whenever you upgrade your TV to 4K, you already have a 4K platform. That's what I liked about it. The specs might not be as good as the Scorpio, let's say, but I don't care because they already marketed to me because I don't have a 4K TV yet. So that was great. That to me was a very good announcement. It was very cool. I liked it. So yeah, I thought that was a great announcement, and I liked it. So there you go. So let's get into DSP's press conference.
Few minutes. FYI, we may not have as many people on stream today as I usually do during daily streaming, because there's currently a Sony press event going on about the PS Neo, which, quite honestly, in my opinion, is a non-event. I don't really care about it.
Can you guess why he doesn't care about it and why it's a non-event? I mean, obviously the obvious answer would be because he is not getting the views he would normally get. Because right now he had 222 when I started this video. Now he has 224. Oh, now it's back to 222. So the views are going down. But obviously he's gonna put it up to the PlayStation press conference that lasted only 45 minutes. It was a very short press conference. It really, but yeah, he doesn't care about it because he can't afford it. But this is the same guy that's kind of hinting at that he wants a 4K TV, but saying that like, oh well, I can't get this PlayStation 4 because like he's saying all this shit because he can't get it. You know, as I said, I was very happy with the PlayStation 4 Pro. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it, but I'm happy that it exists because if I ever get the chance to buy a new PlayStation 4, I know what I'm getting. Or, you know, whatever. I know that it's there. So, you know, I'm not saying, well, my PS4 is great. No developer is going to develop for the PlayStation 4 Pro. There's going to be no 4K gaming. Bullshit, there's going to be 4K gaming. I'm sorry, Phil, but it's good. Now that there's a 4K platform on the market, they're going to make 4K games. They don't make 4K games before the platform isn't even a thing yet.
It's a console that's going to push 4K when we don't need it yet. Game developers can't even develop games in 1080p, 60 frames per second on the current consoles, yet we think they're going to be able to develop 4K games. It blows my mind why people think that.
Yeah, because it's not like that the specs and the hardware we have currently in the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is not good enough to do 1080p at 60 frames. Maybe that's why. Maybe the specs aren't as good as they hyped them up to be. But maybe with this 4K stuff, maybe it's going to be better. Maybe it's going to look better than it does now. I mean, it's just because they can't do 1080p and 60 frames doesn't mean that it can't do 4K. Just saying. I mean, I don't really know where he's going with this, but whatever.
But yeah, I have no interest in that press conference. I'm going to probably read a recap about what happens at it later in the day. Which, in my opinion, is what most people should do anyway, considering that there's not really going to be anything...
Yeah, why watch them when you can give me views, right?
...crazy announced at this damn thing anyway. It's not E3, you know what I mean?
It's not E3.
But it's business as usual for me. I'll be playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided. We returned here for the first time in weeks to it. And, you know, I'm in the end game, so I want to kind of finish it up, which is why I'm doing it as my main gameplay focus for the next couple of days. Probably both today and tomorrow.
But he doesn't rush games, guys.
To see how far I can get, and if I can finish it up would be great, because then I could get to Nuka World, the final DLC for Fallout 4, which I've been wanting to play for over a week now, but I didn't want to play two open world style RPGs at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be
so,
much, man.
There you have it. If you're wondering, gee, you know, I'm on Phil's stream, it doesn't seem like there's as many people as usual. People buy into hype, sadly. I really hate that they do. But they do.
Buy into hype. Yes, because it's not like anyone's interested in seeing what the PS4 Pro is and watching a press conference that's about it. Yeah, because maybe they just don't want to wait until like the articles come out and then they might get misinformation that way. No, maybe they just want to watch. That's the thing I hate about Phil. Well, there's a lot of things I don't like about him, but he has this. Well, I don't hate him, I guess. I mean, I guess I'm overreacting to this, but it's so ridiculous that he has this notion that people are buying into hype, that's why they're watching this. Just because they're watching it, it's not that they buy into hype, it's just that they're genuinely curious. How does he not understand this? He watched the E3 press conferences. Like, no one is buying into hype with this. People are just like, oh man, they're gonna talk about stuff. I want to know what they're gonna talk about.
They buy into hype. And so, oh, I gotta watch this press conference because everyone else is watching it.
Well, he tries to build up hype for his playthroughs. I mean, he's criticizing people for getting into hype, but he always tries to hype his playthroughs.
And a bunch of people are like, Phil, do live reactions to the press conference. No.
No.
Live reactions are stupid. You wanna know why they're stupid?
Live reactions are stupid. Okay, by the way, when I was watching the Apple press conference and the Sony press conference thing, what I was doing was, okay, so I was playing Resident Evil 4. I just got this. It's great. I love it. It's actually a really good re-release of it. But anyways, I was playing that. Then I was watching Rocco from Mega 64 playing Resident Evil 5 as he was watching those press conferences. So I was playing a game, he was playing a game, and we were both watching the stream. It was fucking okay. So that's why I really wasn't paying attention that much into it. I was just kind of getting like little hearsay things about it. Like I got that the HDR thing. I don't know what that is. I guess it's HD recording maybe. But that's going to be something that's going to be on all PlayStation 4s. Like the base PlayStation 4, the one that we all have right now, that one's going to be able to do it. That's going to be in a firmware update. The Slim is going to do it, and so is the PlayStation 4 Pro is going to be able to do it. So that's cool. Oh, wow, fuck. I forgot to mention this. The iPhone 7 price point, fuck that price point. It's garbage. I was really expecting the price to be like maybe $500, like in the same price range as the other iPhones, but I feel like the price is more expensive than it was with the other iPhones. So that's kind of shitty. The PlayStation 4 Pro, good price point. I thought that price point was on point. I think it's well worth the money that you're putting into it, and it's much more worthwhile than buying the iPhone 7. So there you go.
Because there's no time to digest the information and
no
form
time to digest. While I was watching fucking Rocco playing Resident Evil 5 and watching the press conference, he was able to like react to it live and like, oh wow, dude, this is cool. Oh man, the 4K is really cool, man. Oh man, this is great. Like he was able to react live at it, and he was also doing the same thing with Apple. So explain that, Phil. How can he do that? Oh wait. Phil cannot multitask. He can't do two things at once. Dude, when I was doing those like drawings as I do these videos, it's very hard to do that, right?
Any kind of a coherent or rational thought that is worth speaking.
So
Seriously,
stupid.
it's just not worth it. There's one thing if you're playing a game and you're doing a direct reaction to something that happens in a game. When you're watching a press conference full of information that you need to digest and try to formulate some kind of an intelligent opinion on, live reactions are worthless. And everyone who does them pretty much does them because they're trying to jump on this bandwagon of reactionary videos that's all over YouTube and the internet. And I'm not about that. So I'm not doing it. Just like I don't do it for E3, I'm not doing it for this, and I'm not doing it for any press conference. If I do decide to do a reaction to this press conference, it'll be a video that I think about and I sit down and digest and I say intelligent things.
Oh my god, Phil, you're such an idiot! He can do this stuff easily. Right now I'm reacting to this live. Well, live for me because I'm recording it. I mean, it's not gonna be live for you, obviously. But I'm oh my god, it's so fucking dumb. It's not like I'm watching this video and be like, okay, I need to build a statement together. I need to like, okay, he said this, and no, because is he a fucking dunce? Like, maybe he did do a lot of drugs when he was a kid, and that's why his brain's so fucked up, and he can't handle more than one thing at a time. Maybe that's why. Maybe he drinks so much that he can't do more than one thing. Wow.
So there you go. So anyway, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Resuming in a couple minutes. Take this opportunity to grab a drink or a snack or whatever it is that you need to prepare for today's gameplay stream. I'll be starting in a few minutes.
Okay, that's the pre-pre. Let's get into the pre-stream. That's somewhere here.
You know, a pretty good focus.
I hate when I go forward, I hear a little bit of his voice, but it's not the beginning. You go back a little bit.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome. Excuse me. As soon as I started talking, immediately frog in my throat, but I cleared it out. Back to the bog with you. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. I I'm excited to be jumping back into Deus Ex today on stream here for you.
Deus Ex, can't pronounce Deus
If you're not
Ex.
sure who this is talking, I am, of course, John Stamos. This is the John Stamos gaming stream.
That pause. If you don't know who this is, I'm John Stamos. Like, dude, he's either looking at chat or he really thought really hard on a joke.
And I'll be half naked on cam today for all the ladies out there. I will hit 1 million views.
Yeah. This?
All right, now this is Phil. This is the Deus Ex Mankind Divided continuation stream. A playthrough now. That shit. I mean, Deus Ex Mankind Divided came out 2 weeks ago, or was it 3 weeks? No, 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks ago. That's right, because last week was Attack on Titan.
Okay.
So for 2 weeks, this game's been out, and I've been playing it, you know, a pretty good focus, honestly.
Pretty good. Pretty good focus,
you know, I played it for 3 or 4 major streams before I kind of put it on the back burner for the new releases. But I've been playing it pretty consistently, with the exception of a few days when I did not get to it, okay? But I like the game a lot, all right? Now, unfortunately, what ended up happening was, when I played the game, I decided that I wanted to go venture out and search around the different areas of the game and look for resources and look for items and look for all kinds of stuff.
Oh, now here we go.
This game lends itself to doing that. Exploration. That's one of the major components of the game. However, that didn't necessarily, it didn't exactly entertain the common viewer, alright? People who are like real big fans of Deus Ex are liking this playthrough. They're following along. They're telling me that it's a great playthrough and thank you for playing it the way that I'm playing it, because that's how you're supposed to play Deus Ex. But the more casual viewer, the laid-back viewer, the one who's just here to have some entertainment rather than to see exactly what the game has to offer, basically was turned off within 2 to 3 sessions of the game and never came back. That sucks, you know? It really does. But it is what it is. And not every game is going to be a giant attention grabber. It's just not, okay? And the more that I do YouTube, the more I'm starting to realize this. You know, at one point, I had such hype behind me and my name, and I was one of the top prominent YouTube gamers, that I could play any
He just shat on hype, and now he's like, oh, I had hype. But but I wish people didn't buy into hype, but I had hype. Okay.
fucking game.
This is what I mean, that his memory is going really bad if he can't remember what he said in the same fucking video. The same stream, he said that people shouldn't buy into hype, and then he said, well, I had hype behind my name, so, and that's not what he was about. He contradicted himself already. Let's continue.
Any way that I wanted, and I would get ridiculous amounts of attention. Not so much anymore, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'd rather be known as the gamer who plays games at face value, and the gamer who, when he plays a game, you can actually tell what that game is supposed to be. It's a representative of what that game is supposed to be, versus the guy who rushes through the game and makes a highly edited playthrough to make it all highlight real fun stuff and super duper entertainment.
How many... I don't even know if Let's Players do that, if they do a highlight reel. As far as I've seen... But again, Phil doesn't watch other YouTubers, so I don't know how he gets this information or where he got it from, but usually they just take out the fails, or enough of them. I mean, they keep some in there so it looks fine, and it keeps a flow, but they take the ones that are just like, okay, this is fucking, you know, not going anywhere, let's take that out, and all that. But these aren't highlight reels. These are just like, okay, let's just, you know, do this, but not do it for so long that it's boring. His playthroughs are boring.
For those who have attention deficit disorder. That's not what I am.
Random viewers. Insults them. Right there. That they all have attention deficit disorder. You can't just say ADD, which is a faster, quicker way to say it, but you're insulting all those people for just watching a channel they might like? Dude. I know he did this multiple times in the past, where he insulted viewers before, but this is... Dude, this is like, why? I'm floored all the time when he does shit like this. Oh, well, He just insulted an entire group of people that did nothing to him, and he wonders why people hate him. He wonders why he attracts negativity, because he says things like this. He doesn't think that maybe this will spread around to other people through the grapevine. Like, I don't know. This is kind of shit. This is just wow.
I never will be that, okay? I'm probably never again going to appeal to the common YouTube viewer, and that's okay. Especially considering when I see what appeals to the common YouTube viewer, it makes me vomit in my mouth a little bit 9 times out of 10. Because it is crap level.
While he does his comedy, like, oh, boobs, look at the boobs, like, oh my god, his commentary's ass, and he's criticizing other people's commentary, okay.
Content, it's fluff. It's not informative, it's not intelligent, it's just stupid. Right? I could have made a really bad playthrough of Deus Ex Mankind Divided where
it's just stupid. Oh my god, what the fuck? Did Phil get up at the wrong side of the bed this morning? Did Leanna, like, fucking tell him that he's a fucking asshole or something? Like, why the random hostility towards random people? What the fuck?
I rushed through it, did no side content, did no exploration, did a comedy highlight reel. And I would have hated it. I really would have. I would have hated doing that. I hate that. I really do. And,
dude, this random anger.
You know, it is what it is. I'm okay with being able to enjoy a game like Deus Ex at my own pace, but playing it a way that I feel gives the game justice.
I need
all right,
sugar.
And if it means I don't get a lot of viewership on it, whatever.
Whatever.
Quite honestly, I do enjoy the fact that I have the kind of freedom that I do, that I can play the games how I want, rather than having to.
He has so much freedom. That's why he forced himself to stop streaming the game he really likes. Yeah, because he's free. He's free to do whatever he wants. That's why he was like, okay, well, I'm putting DS6 in the back burner because I have the freedom to do what I want.
Answer to a very demanding YouTube audience that demands I play it in a certain way. No, I can do it how I want. I've got support of people who support me on Patreon to help me out, right? In the case that I get a playthrough like this where it doesn't, it's a big game, but it doesn't get a lot of following because I'm doing it in a way that doesn't cater to the common viewer. I'm okay with that. As long as we can balance it with other stuff that people will watch, that's the difference. Now,
but he has freedom, though. Remember that. He has freedom.
Every playthrough I do, people say, he's doing it in a boring fashion and no one watches. That's a different story altogether.
But that's how it is all the time. Everyone stops watching because you're boring. Not because, he's playing it the wrong way. See, I don't know who are these people that are telling him he's playing Deus Ex wrong. Oh, you're not supposed to play like this. This is what you should be doing. I don't see a lot of people do that. And before I see the comment saying, well, this is how you don't play, people are saying that he's playing it wrong. No. They're just showing, like, how funny he reacts to things, but that's a whole other argument. But it's not that he's playing the games wrong, it's just that he's not entertaining. I've seen so many people get bored from his play. I've said this multiple times. I tried to watch his Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough, like, his legitimate playthrough. I wasn't watching a montage or whatever. I was trying to watch from his channel, and I couldn't get past the first mission. It was so boring. And I want to stomach it, and I want to watch it. I do. But it's so boring. I have to force myself to watch it. There's no way I should have to go to a YouTuber and force myself to watch it. I'm not forcing myself to watch this pre-stream. I'm watching it because, as I said, I'm very genuine to see how he reacts to people watching the conference today. I'm very interested in seeing because I knew he was going to say something about it, and he did. And I'm wondering how he's going to say it in his official pre-stream. So let's continue.
Luckily, that hasn't happened yet, okay? And with all the new games that are coming up in the next couple of months till the end of the year, this busy hardcore gaming season, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too much of an issue. That one game that I played didn't necessarily grab mainstream attention, okay?
He says that now.
So, thank you for being here, guys and gals who are here to watch the resuming of this playthrough. I appreciate that you've been patient, that I've been playing it at length the way that I have. The good news is, we're in the end game. Okay, we are.
Ooh, the end game.
From what I'm to understand, the game has 17 story-based missions, and I believe I'm on 12 or 13 right now, actually. So there's only like a few story-based missions left. Now, also what's supposed to happen, I guess, is there's a few side missions that are popping up here near the end of the game that, you know, will be a little bit of time-consuming as well. I got one at the very end of my gameplay session yesterday. I got a side mission, and I think there may be like one or two other major ones that will pop up during the course of the end of the game here. Okay. So I don't know necessarily if I will beat Deus Ex today or not. I guess what we'll do is let's play it by ear. Let's just see what happens on the stream. And if I do beat it, okay? If I do beat it.
I don't get how he gets Deus Ex from. Like, look how it's spelled. D-E-U-S. Deus. 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 Deus Ex. Deus Ex. Where does it get Deus? Deus is like with O's. You need O's for it to be Deus. I'm sorry that's kind of a nitpick, but it's driving me insane how badly he pronounces words, and he claims to be a valedictorian on top of that.
You know, no complaints. Excellent. I'll be able to review it sooner rather than later, and I'll be able to move on and play Nuka World, which I've been waiting to play over a week now. It was released last week. It's the final story-based DLC for Fallout 4.
But he's free, guys. He's free. He has the freedom to play whatever game he wants. He's so free that he held off playing Nuka World. He's so free.
Wanted to experience it and play it, okay? Now, if I don't beat it today, what we'll do is we'll judge how much is left. If there's only like an hour left, then obviously it's not going to be my gameplay stream for tomorrow. Probably what I'll do is I will start Nuka World tomorrow, okay? And I'll balance that. Maybe I'll finish Deus Ex offline tomorrow night. Keep in mind that I am going to review Deus Ex Mankind Divided in the next few days after I beat it. So that review will be coming up on KOGaming, okay? So that's kind of the deal. Gonna see as far as I can go as far as I can today on stream. Not rushing, taking my time to enjoy the game at my pace like I have the entire playthrough. See how far we get. And then tomorrow will be based on how far we get today. It could be Deus Ex on stream. It could be Nuka World on stream. I don't know. I can't tell you until we finish today's stream and we see how far I've gotten. All right? So there you have it. So what else can you expect? Well, tonight I'm going to be working on my King of Fighters 14 review. Yeah. Now, I don't want to promise everyone that I'm going to have that finished tonight, simply because I haven't even begun to put anything together for that review yet. I may have it released for you tonight. I may not. It may be, you know, tomorrow.
Wait,
or
he works on the review the day of it's released? Dude, that's... I'm not even gonna say anything. That's just fucking bad.
Maybe later in the week. We have to see how far I can get. I would like to release it tonight. I love releasing reviews for you quickly, but I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. But I will start working on that tonight, and it will be released shortly. So King of Fighters 14 review coming up on KOGaming soon.
Rushes reviews.
And then the rest of the week, you know, I'm going to...
I bet you anything when he was in high school, he did homework the day of. Or like... You know, like, if a teacher gave him, like, a month, like, okay, we're doing a project class, you have, like, you know, this project won't be due until, like, next month, or whatever, and Phil would probably never did it until, like, the last, maybe, week. That's a generous estimate, like, he did the week of. So I bet you that's the kind of person he was when he was in school.
Continue on with Nuka World after I beat Deus Ex. And then, hopefully after that, it all depends on how long it takes, okay? Because I don't know exactly how long Nuka World actually is. I've actually heard that it has way less story than some of the, the other DLC. The other DLC, what was it, Far Harbor, had a lot of story to it. There were main story plot lines, you know, following multiple factions. I've heard this one is actually light on story, but heavy on atmosphere. Like, to just explore Nuka World is a lot of fun, but it doesn't necessarily have a lot of missions in it, which is kind of, honestly, kind of disappointing. All right. Took a sip of my Kickstart here. I needed it today. I was feeling a little groggy earlier. I was like, let me drink a Kickstart. Give me a little bit of an energy boost. And no, that's not a paid plug at all. Trust me, nothing that I do is a paid plug.
We got a live tweet because he's on break right now, so we got a tweet. The PS4 Pro selling point was supposed to be 4K, but now it's run games better in 1080p. Get what you should have had 3 years ago. Laugh out loud. He's a fucking idiot because it does both. It does 4K and it does 1080p. Oh my god, he's so dumb. Then he says, well, I think this might have been before that tweet. Game devs can't get games to run at 1080p, 60 frames. Now on a console, 4K gaming will run like shit. We aren't ready for this. It's too rushed. What does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that, like, since we can't get games to run at 1080p and 60 frames, somehow games will run worse at 4K? How does that make any fucking sense? What the fuck is he talking about? So, like, is he talking about games are gonna magically run at, like, 2 frames per second and 480p or something? Like, how can you how can you get a 4K gaming console and have games that run less than 1080p at 60 frames at minimal with a 4K gaming console? What the point? What the fuck is he even talking about? Oh my god, he's so fucking stupid. It hurts. It hurts.
So, and then if I finish everything, if by some miracle, okay, I finish with Deus Ex, I finish Nuka World, and I have a little bit of extra time.
Another tweet. Oh my god. Well, he replies to Zach. I got nauseous playing Resident Evil 7 VR. Some random IGN dude, probably because it has tons of motion blur. Motion blur is terrible. Yeah, no shit. Or because in general, VR causes uncomfort in lots of users. Another reason it won't revolutionize anything in my opinion, but it'll revolutionize his channel. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the... Dude, he's an idiot. He's so fucking stupid. I can't believe this guy claims to have a... I can't fucking...
I may return to Scarface.
I don't want to read any more tweets. It's gonna make me
I don't know
longer.
realistically if that's going to happen. I'm being honest with everyone here. I don't know if that's going to happen because I've only got until Tuesday. I've basically have between now and Monday. And then Tuesday, we get hit with tons of new releases. Recore, the Bioshock Remastered Collection, the Dead Rising Remastered Collection. All right? There's a lot of stuff there.
I want to get the Dead Rising.
A lot of stuff that I'm going to be playing for the next couple of weeks. And I need to balance that with the retro playthrough that I'll be playing within a couple of weeks here as a result of hitting the Patreon goal for August. So if you're not aware, I'll give everyone an update here. If you're not aware, we hit the Patreon goal in August, and the poll for what retro game I'll be playing in September.
Okay, now I don't know if this is up or down from where it was, but it has $933, so Phil might be able to lie and say that he hit the goal, so there you go. But man, I like how he said, like, if you're not aware,
went live Sunday night. So today's Wednesday, so within 2.5 days here, the voting has been strongly in favor of Banjo-Kazooie HD. Sure, I'd say very closely behind that is Jak 3. So it's kind of neck and neck between Banjo-Kazooie and Jak 3, but Banjo-Kazooie is winning out slightly. I think the reason that people want to see me play Banjo-Kazooie is because, Yooka-Laylee, the game that's being made by the same dev team as Banjo-Kazooie, is going to be released, the rumor is, next year. It's not confirmed yet, but it's supposed to be released next year, alright? So, because of that, people want to see me play the original, so I kind of have a frame of reference for when I play the new one, and I have never touched Banjo-Kazooie. Besides the very limited gameplay that I did of it, during my retro replay coverage last year.
That pissed me off when I was watching that stream. He played all these games, like, full playthroughs. He was like, oh, look, I'm playing this Banjo-Kazooie. Well, it's like 2 steps. Alright, that's it for Banjo-Kazooie, because he fucking saw the dollar signs. Fuck you, Phil.
during the summer of 2015, I never played Banjo-Kazooie. So I have no, I don't even know what to expect. So it'll be fun, I think, if it wins the poll. If not, it might be Jack. I think right now the reason no one's voting for Crash is because Crash Bandicoot is getting a remaster collection that they're going to be releasing in the next year or two. It was actually announced at E3 this year that they were going to be doing remasters of the classics. And I never played Crash 3, and people are like, well, Phil should just wait and just play the remastered Crash 3. So, there you have it. So we'll see what happens with the polling. I'll keep you abreast. Oh, I like how I said that. Abreast of the situation. So you know what's going to happen. Oh, I like how I said. So we'll see what happens with the polling. I'll keep you abreast.
He uses these words so he sounds intellectual, and it's fucking, like, cringy at best.
Oh, I like how I said that. Abreast of the situation.
Yeah, I bet he did.
So you know what's going to happen
Abreast.
later this month. That playthrough is going to either start the second to last or the final week of September. And it's going to be balanced with the other games that I'm playing. Like I said, I'll be doing Recore, Bioshock, Dead Rising, and whatever wins the poll. That's kind of the games that are going to carry me through the rest of September until we start hitting all the new releases in October. All right?
I like how he says it will carry him through the rest of September. That to me is kind of sad when you have to rely on games carrying you to success. Like, it should really be the other way around. But for Phil, it's the games that have to carry him.
Alright, anything else? Not particularly. There's not particularly too much else to talk about right now. So I think I'm going to get started here. I will say this, though. I said this earlier on before I started the formal pre-stream, okay?
Here we go.
But I just want to let everyone know, today, as I'm streaming, you may notice there's way less people on stream than usual, okay? There's two reasons for this. Number one, because I'm playing Deus Ex. It's a 2-week-old game that, like I said, the mainstream viewers seem to be of the impression that the playthrough is boring because I took my time with the playthrough and didn't rush through the game and make it a highlight reel. That's fine. I'm playing the game the way it's meant to be played and enjoying the hell out of it because of that. So, I'm okay with the fact that I'm not getting that mainstream attention, alright? I just am. It's a slower playthrough. It's fine. Number two, because right now there's a major press conference going on. It's a Sony press conference covering the PS Neo, which apparently is called the PS Pro now.
PS4 Pro.
And everyone's watching it. I don't know why. It's kind of like watching the E3 conferences live. You really...
Oh my god, this fucking idiot! He doesn't know why anyone would watch a press conference to get information. Then he says, well, it's like watching the E3 press conferences live. It's like, so they know what's going on. He had to watch the press conferences too. Didn't he see why people watch the press conferences?
You don't have to. You can just simply watch a recap of it later.
It's even funnier. He just, like, kind of insulted people who watch highlight reels of Let's Plays. Then he's saying, you gotta watch a highlight reel of this. So, like, what? He's so salty because he's not getting the views today as he would any other day. He's so salty over that. That's why he was pissed off this morning. He's just upset that people are not going to be watching his. He's not going to be having a successful day as he would any other day.
That would be a lot more abridged and cover the same exact information. And it's kind of like live TV. It's kind of like anything. I don't watch anything live anymore. Very rarely.
I watch TV live so I don't get fucking spoiled. When I was watching Fargo Season 2, I made it a point to watch the day of its airing. Because I don't want to go on Twitter and be like, oh, this happened in Fargo last night. Oh my god, can you believe it? And it's like, oh, great. I already knew that's going to happen now. Great. It sucks. I even went as far as to mute the official Fargo page because I didn't want to, like, any risks of seeing anything.
The only thing I watch live is E3 press conferences simply because I just want to cover them immediately after they're live. I do my own personal recaps immediately after the press conferences happen. But outside of that, I pretty much don't watch anything live anymore at all. Everything I watch is on demand and I watch it at my own pace. But people buy into hype And right now, people are so bought and biting into the hype of this new Sony console, and they're craving so much information for it that people literally in droves on Twitter this morning were like, "We're not going to watch your stream until the Sony press conference is over."
Okay, hold on. Let's just look at that. They call me DSP. Ba 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 ba. How do you like the DSP Pro? That's 15 minutes ago. Okay, I saw some very risque things down there. Let's not do that. Oh god, I says Jimmy. You mean watch, which will be covered? Oh my god. Actually, no. This is a bad idea. I'm getting like
Okay,
sidetracked.
fine. Whatever.
But who are these droves of people? He just pulls up people because you can't let. It's so fucking stupid.
Every major media outlet will be covering that stream and giving it detailed explanations of everything that's been told about it. Immediately following it. There's literally not a single reason to watch it live.
Yeah, so what's the point of watching DSP's video live if you could just watch it on YouTube when it's all on demand, right? As he likes to call it, on demand. Like, why watch his streams when he could just go to his channel?
But people love to watch live. I guess they feel like they're part of something interactive or something,
I'm gonna
right?
tweet that at him.
So it is what it is. If we don't get a lot of people, I don't really care. I'm just here to get progress in the game so I can finish it and review it. So,
yeah,
there you have it. All right, everyone. That's it. I'm not even going to plug anything. How about that? I'm not even going to plug anything. I'm just going to get started with Deus Ex. So remember, everyone who comes here and complains that every day that I spend too much time advertising stuff, you can tell them, well, Phil didn't advertise the other day, but, you weren't here.
Yeah, that's Matt. That's going to be relevant tomorrow. Something he did yesterday, yeah, that's gonna be totally relevant, and they're gonna be like, oh man,
busy watching a press conference that you could have learned about 2 seconds later.
He's so salty. He is so fucking like pissed off that he's not getting the views that he would want. Otherwise, he's so mad. Like he might not, be like angry, but like you could tell that he's fucking annoyed about it. Because he's so annoyed. Alright.
That's it, everyone. Thank you. And let us begin with Deus Ex.
Alright, that's it for this video. That was something. That was something, guys. By the way, if I am streaming Resident Evil 4, I'll put the link to the stream below because I'll be doing it on my main channel. So yeah, if I'm streaming that, I'll by the time this is uploaded, if I'm streaming that, I'll put in the link to the stream below if you want to watch that. Otherwise, I'm probably not streaming it, but I'll put the link below if I am. Just saying. See you guys whenever.